Then you hear me now?
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just my AirPods just give up on me, boy. How is it? How is it with?
idea. Looking forward to another game week.
Yeah, another game week. Right now we're a little late, my people. Some fellas, notoriously early.
Actual game week and fantasy Premier League game week.
Yeah, we were big week we just had. Opening game week of the Premier League season. We got a little recap and then maybe talk a little bit about a few of the big stories, that's going on right now. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the game week coming up. So with that said, Brad, what was the highlight for the opening weekend?
Well, let's see. I mean, the biggest game of the weekend. We have our fan base feeling good, despite a loss.
Yeah.
The narrative coming out of that is we played well. So, and say we playing well, we would give you points.
Well, yeah. The thing is, you have to remember when you fall in from when not falling, you cannot fall when you so low down. When you
Yeah,
when you when you when you so low down, then you have to kind of take the small positives. I
yeah,
had a debate this afternoon there about um if Arteta doesn't win the league, is that worse than Pep, because he spent in the same amount of time he spent more money than what Pep has spent,
Hmm.
and he hasn't won the league. So they were saying, like, if Arsenal finish, let's say, with a FA Cup and a League Cup and no league titles, no league title, if that is a successful season. So I mean, it all depends, on the club where you at, in the process.
Yeah, depends on how the season go as well. If you fight battling injuries, you can say, well. But it's definitely time for to reap some rewards because he's been backed.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll get into that a little bit in terms of recent developments over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go through the games a little bit. I didn't get to watch all the games, but I watched a few games, a few
Yeah,
matches.
it's
So the
also
first, yeah, the first match, I guess we'll go through Liverpool champions opening the season against Bournemouth.
yeah, it was give Liverpool fans a little fright there with Bournemouth. But
Hmm.
the knowledgeable Liverpool fans would have expected to see what we saw. Good going forward, but the frailties in defense there and still hasn't been addressed.
Yeah,
The manager
yeah,
tried some changes because we had some injuries and the game we just lost. The game get away from us. We'll get back in the game, but ultimately our attack is good.
yeah. I think all the attack up there, and they stay defense win championships, goals win games. So I guess we'll see, because
Yeah.
if they don't get another centre back, or they might be in a little bit of a tough spot there. If you get the one injury,
Oh,
then
and so we did. Our starting right back is injured, and now one of the centre backs that is the backup have to now fill in at right.
mm, hmm,
Oh, you have no backup centre backs.
wow. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. The game itself had was a good game. You had I think Salah was on the score sheet. Ekitike was on the score sheet. Who else? Who else scored for you? Frimpong scored, right? No, it was
So
Frimpong scored.
Kitike, Salah, Chiesa, Gakpo,
Okay. Where
three
are you saying?
four different
Idea,
scorers.
idea, what you would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there, man.
Pardon the
So
tardiness.
yeah, man. It's better late than never. Yo, so I was just gonna go into the situation that happened at the Liverpool game. I mean, three of us on here, three black men, and we had Semenyo, who was a Bournemouth player, that said that he was racially abused, by one of the Liverpool fans. Um, it looked like they stopped the game. They tried to address it, I guess as best as they thought they could. What do you think about that whole situation? How the authorities handle that, and was there anything else they thought they could have done there?
Well, I think at some point the individual was removed from the stadium, so that was good. I'm not sure. I don't know if we have too much more information beyond that, like what was said and those things. But I know he was arrested as well.
Yeah.
As from all accounts, they cooperated with the investigation, so I think that was good. But terrible to think that a fan would approach the pitch like that to say something like that, to say something racist to a player. Not something we expect from our fans in or away from the stadium.
Boy, I don't know if it's just a stadium ban. I feel like people need to start facing criminal charges for them thing, bro. Like, to make people take this thing serious. I feel like people have their opinions and all kind of thing, and you can't really control what people feel. But for you to be at a football game, and it always kind of throws me off with fans, right? Because you have black players on your team too, bro. So it just throws me. I just don't really understand it, But who could say why people do what they do, But hopefully, the authorities can deal with that, and it is what it is. Well, what are you saying? What you thought about the whole thing?
Brad said fans, their fans not like. I don't feel like it's a particular fans like in terms of it's Liverpool fans or it's Arsenal fans, Man United fans. I just feel like that is a societal issue. We regardless of who fans it is, and like I don't know, in 2025, you still have them kind of things happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think credit to Sam you like the man take that on his chest and like continue. I don't know, like some people have tough skin and like you just don't know how you would react in that situation. And credit to him again, like the man continue his game and on top of that scoring 2 goals.
Yeah. Yep.
So credit to him, big credit to him, and like he could have just like decided, like I think like in a friendly last week there was they walked up the pitch. I can't remember in what game.
I think that was where was that number? Was it I heard about that, was it Italy or somewhere? I can't remember.
Yeah, they walked up the pitch and like probably the referee gave Semenyo that option, like if they want to rock up the pitch and like he probably checked like let's continue the game, and as I reiterate and say like credit to him, man. The man just take down his chest and respond in that way. But I really think, as you said, that there should be like harsher penalties, man, for people that behave that way. It was kind of funny. I saw on Twitter like somebody say like that man in a wheelchair. So, it's tell him how you can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk. I don't want to make fun of his disability because that opened up an whole other
yeah.
But like it was.
But when you the thing is, in our thing, and who like him, but Charlotte, in our thing saying if you slap me, you can't tell me how to hit you back. So it's like if you want to abuse man and yourself in a precarious situation, then you have to take what you get.
I tell you what, in addition to that guy that need to be punished, we need to also punish Dominic Soboslai for that flick he tried in midfield. The second goal. I mean, a senior player that been playing at the highest level, captain of his country. I mean, you're supposed to know better than that. You can't be trying that nonsense in midfield. Keep the game simple. We have the lead. We cruise in. This kind of moments turn a game.
But I just showing you the quality in the league, bro. Because from the time the man lose that ball, Bournemouth go down the field there and boom, goal in all in netting.
Yeah.
Quality mistakes at that level there, you pay for it,
I showed behind this guy in the locker room and I give me filthy hair dryer.
Yeah, I think I heard Slot said something about that, on his post match interview about giving the ball away and stuff. So Brad, before we move on from Liverpool, what about the Isak situation? You looking forward to Isak joining all your club or no?
I'm one of those Liverpool fans that think we should move on from that Isak story, and because I feel like we light up front. I don't feel like if we sign Isak, that giving us the depth we need, because I feel like Isak and Ekitike still can only really play down the middle. Yeah, anybody can play on the wing and do a job.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend that kind of money on these guys and see them in makeshift positions. I feel like we need to strengthen like another attacker that can play across the front and a centre back before we go spending 150 million on Isak. But it's very clearly club playing a waiting game to see what happens. I hope it'll come back to bite us in the end, because the window closing soon and we're
10
short.
days left. 10 days left in the window.
We are definitely short. I will leave Isak where he is.
Boy, me
So
personally,
who would you go for instead?
I would have signed him first, but it's the fact that we signed Ekitike for 90 million euros. That man can't be a bench player. You have to start, he'll play. So far, so good. I don't know who I would go for. I mean, I don't know. I also don't think Rodrigo would be a good option, because I feel like he have a position that he plays well in, and I don't think he would do good elsewhere. But as the job of the club, I mean, we cannot put all our eggs in an Isak basket with the situation with Newcastle, where they refuse to sell the player himself on strike. Do we even want a player that will do that to get a move? When he come to us and then a bigger club come calling, we have to be realistic. There are clubs that above us in the food chain. Will he go on strike to go there?
yeah.
Yeah, so I will leave Isak where he is.
At least for another year, man, and see what happens. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of players being unprofessional as far as I'm concerned. You know, you sign a contract. I know you maybe want to go, but at least you have to train. You have to do everything you're supposed to do. I'm not, I'm kind of thing there. But anyway, you spent a long time on Liverpool. There, normally it's Manchester United. We talking long.
Good, as we should.
So, all right. So, just going through some of the other results. So, look, Villa and Newcastle played to a goalless draw. Yeah, I think what is it, the defender name? He got a red card in that game. The Villa defender.
Konsa.
Konsa, yeah.
The inconsistency in the officiating, because you see instances like that all the time where the player get fouled and it's like denial of a goal scoring opportunity, but then sometimes they determine it to be too far from the goal.
Yeah.
Card. Sometimes not. So the officiating there is very inconsistent. You never know when it's going to result in a red card or when not.
Yep, and we can talk a little bit more about that when we get down to the last game of the game week. Sunderland, no, actually, let me go Brighton, Fulham, 1-1. I watched that young partner we want to sign there. I watched that man very, very closely in midfield, boy. I make sure I tune into that game. Boy.
It's about 110 billion and he can play for all year. Nothing much.
You can't drop them kind of money there right now. You can stay there for now and organize later. Sunderland, boy. Sunderland coming up. Big win against West Ham. I think West Ham in some serious trouble, fellas.
Yeah, man. I don't even Porter by the end by Christmas.
Yeah, boy. I think West Ham in some serious trouble. Graham Porter in some trouble. Yeah. Spurs with a nice win to start the year. 3-0 against Burnley.
World Cup. Richarlison in form.
They had a couple of nice goals. I mean, the second goal Richarlison scored was a really nice goal.
Yeah.
I see everybody touch the ball before they score and all that. But even with that, they couldn't convince Eze to join them.
And you're a football fan, you grew up supporting a club.
I tell you what, if I was Eze, I would tell Arsenal thanks but no thanks. Also, they have me in limbo. Well, he won't. He not only have an injury to that player coming in for me. I would go Spurs. The interesting question is, and similar to like the question with like where he and Liverpool is. If a World Cup coming up at the end of the season, does a player want to go to a club where he's starting place? Not sure.
Boy.
The question today, will Eze start at Arsenal? Guaranteed. And some of their fans seem to think for sure Martinelli place is gone.
I think so too.
Yeah, right. But I don't know if
Eze playing on the wing?
Yeah.
Apparently.
He plays on the wing sometimes. And he can be covered for Odegaard too.
Do you lose some pace if you lose Martinelli that can stretch defenses? Because Saka is quick, but he's not necessarily pacey.
But other than pace, what does Martinelli offer?
Walker is not necessarily PC, so I mean, even if it's just to stretch a defense, if you
Well,
play,
yeah, when Mantonga hang in at 80 minutes, you can bring him down, bring him on.
Be Martinelli, yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, it's definitely an upgrade in the player, right? Between Eze and Martinelli. But at the same time, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I see Gabi Agbonloho saying that Eze the best signing. He better than all these other signings. Mbuemo, Cunha.
Yeah, he always will
Everybody.
do like just bring down just just bring down Man United.
But the English media will big up the English players.
I was feeling the boy wanted to play first, and we tell him no,
Yeah, man. I feel
Mr.
like
kind of a.
the man give Vidic talk. The man give all kind of.
Yeah, but the English media will big up the English players. You know, the forwards of the world, the Sterlings, they were the best thing ever in their time. But we'll see what happens. It's an interesting dynamic with the World Cup coming up. Players really want to get their sweat.
But I think Eze will be a really good signing for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
they always complain about Odegaard in like the latter end of the season, and Eze can relieve that bit of that creative spot we lacking.
Because I mean, Trossard plays on the left, and he's not necessarily pacey as well, and he does a good job.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not all about pace, man. Sometimes you have to have other things about you.
You at least have to have one of the players up there with a bit of pace.
Yeah.
But one thing Arteta don't have any excuses in this season there.
Boy. No excuses.
Boy, first time I see a manager get back like that.
Even before the Eze, to me, didn't have an excuse.
Yeah, but I tell you, even before Eze, the man get Madueke, the midfielder from Brighton there, Gyökeres. Nah, man. They really have faith in Arteta. If he don't deal with this season, I don't know. Arteta probably have scores on them, man.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, we was talking about that just before you came on there about whether or not if Arteta can't win the league, should he go? Because really and truly,
I think so.
In the same amount of time, he spent more money than even Pep, and Pep spending money.
Yeah. So, what people don't consider sometimes is like, you're not saying Arteta is a bad manager, but sometimes you have to consider if a manager is the right fit to take you over the line. Like he will be consistently good, but maybe
man. I believe Arteta is Arsenal Rodgers, man.
Yeah,
to be honest, like I really don't think he have the like to take them to a league title.
Yeah, but he better than Rodgers though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So then the next game now we had was City against Wolves. And
Rodgers, now all your legend that for all your league title.
No, it wasn't even. It's not even a for all league title. It's Rodgers that for all league title.
No,
Rodgers. If you remember that Palace game where we capitulated, like as a coach, have some in-game management. We up free. Why we so gung ho? Like let's settle the game. And people looking at this slip as the point where it happened, but it happened before that.
Yeah, the Palace game was 3-1 up and then 3-3.
City had the games in hand, but the table was looking a certain way. But City,
but he was going for goals.
City was always going to win their game.
You had Suarez, you had Sturridge.
But Suarez, I mean, we get the goals there. We could have, these are the kind of things they do. But anyway,
yeah,
boy. So City now, I watched that game and I was quite annoyed, honestly, for the main reason that one player on that Manchester City team, I wanted to come to Manchester United for years.
Right.
I've been calling that man name for years, bro. I see a man playing the Euros.
Yeah.
Or the World
Euros,
Cup,
I saw him as well. Like,
bro, I check it, that man is a baller, bro.
Before that.
And the man go to City for not so much big money. So much big money that passing on.
I know.
Madueke and all them kind of players there, and the man go City for, then again, I don't want to say nothing before City. I'm saying a lot for me, but I just feel like as if, wow, City getting their players so cheap, bro. What's going on? Everybody has spent big money.
And he looking like the Pep type of player, huh?
Yeah, bro. The man have pace. The man good with his left foot, right foot, can pass, can shoot.
Well, this City signed a lot of their players this summer, very early in the window.
Very early. So them man well bedded.
They already lined that up. Yep.
The more transfer drag into this summer, the more likely you have to pay more.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they get the Norwegian midfielder there, Nepan. You go on loan, and Churchy and Reinders.
He's spending 50 million on fellas and they cannot even get a game and going on loan. It's one club in the Premier League that can do those kind of things. It's crazy.
Another one, boy. Let me get started there. So Chelsea on. So that was all the games on Saturday. Then Sunday we had Chelsea, Crystal Palace, so a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I watched that game.
How you think Chelsea looking?
I think Chelsea was a little bit labored in that game. I don't know if it's because they come back late from the Club World Cup and all that, but they look a bit tired. But at the same time, they had enough in them to win the game. But I feel like their key players didn't really deliver on the day.
Yeah.
Some of their key players, their touch was a little heavy. Palmer and Enzo. Enzo had a very bad game. I'm not a big fan of Enzo altogether, but he had some good performances in the Club World Cup, but he looked pretty poor on Sunday. But and Palace is a really good team. Defensively, Palace set up well and not an easy team to just blitz, to break down. So
that was a game where Eze scored the free kick and they disallowed it because he was within a meter of the defensive wall or something like that.
It's interesting. I wasn't aware there was any rule change there, and
neither was I.
We've seen several goals scored like that in the Premier League before.
So I don't even think the players are aware of the rules changing.
Yeah, I don't think so because they were showing the video and they were saying basically if Guy had just stood where he was, he would have been fine. The fact that when he moved across, he kind of pushed the guy and on the wall, to create this space.
If you remember last season, early on, they were giving players cautions for throwing the ball or kicking the ball away. And I believe Rice got a red card for doing something like that. And
second yellow, yeah.
It kept happening for this season and they never really take that approach ever again. Like players would kick the ball away and they wouldn't get a red card. So I feel every time this season is new, they have these kind of new approaches. Maybe the referees have meetings and then they realize the backlash and then they just forget about it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I find I mean, the rules to me should be the rules, man. There should be no debate. That is one thing I would say, that so a sport like cricket and them thing, they have an advantage over football in that they're more decisive with the bodies, when they make a law change, it's very well communicated across to all the teams, the umpires, the players, so everybody can have an idea of what's going on. That don't look like that really happens in football too much. At least it's not happening as well as it should. So unfortunately, I mean, Palace still get a point. Oliver Glasner is a good coach, man. He had that free at the back formation. He really have it on lock in terms of how the players have to play it.
Another thing to watch for in the new season is we see that rule change where the goalkeepers have 8 seconds.
8 seconds, yeah.
You see it being applied very inconsistently across the matches with the referees. I can see that being a matter of contention throughout this season because a corner can result in a goal. And you're going to see some referees may be more strict with the 8 seconds, some may not be. It's just a wild world in the officiating in the Premier League.
Mark my words. We're going to consider goal from Onana holding the ball too long. I do it.
If he is still.
Boy, I don't know, bro. We start off the transfer window good, and I find the last couple of weeks there we playing games. But anyway, before we go into that game there, we'll talk a little bit about the Nottingham Forest and Brentford. Chris Wood, my captain, fantasy, 2 goals.
Yeah.
Start of the season hot.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest looking good, bro. Nottingham Forest looking good. I mean, they pick up Douglas Lewis again, who has experience playing in the Premier League.
Interesting.
They're gonna be Champions League or Europa, right? Europa League.
We'll see if they can balance that. We've seen clubs struggle there. The Sunday fixtures and the Thursday fixtures, we've seen clubs struggle to balance.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have the same type of season they had last season, even if they strengthen.
If they can get a mid-table finish and get a decent run in the Europa League, I think they might be okay with that, unless they're looking for it. But I think they say 8 or 9 teams qualifying for Europe this year in England.
Yeah,
8 or 9 teams.
because of all United and the rest of the English teams doing all of Europe.
Potentially, if they can get that Champions League extra spot again based on the coefficients, you can have all that.
Yeah.
Arsenal was in a semi-final over that. Man United and Tottenham was in the Europa League final.
Yeah.
Chelsea won the Europa League, the
Conference League, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good, boy?
Apologies for my tardiness. I had to see about a little boy there.
You can apologize for something you do all the time, my brother. I'm to you.
Well, yeah. You can. Just you have to take steps to rectify it. And when you have a little boy that refuses to fall asleep,
That's what
it doesn't help. But
that's
it's
what
all right.
I was telling his teammates in the locker room after the United game.
That's a who?
The goalkeeper, or United goalkeeper. That's what he was telling his teammates. Apologies. I shall talk about that game. So
we're gonna go straight into that game right now. So the United Arsenal game.
Yeah.
United Arsenal.
You need a watch along for that?
Yeah, bro. You're on. Yeah.
All right.
You're on.
Yeah,
watch along is so much better when you actually have goals, a lot of goals in the game. But some teams,
Don't worry, man. Like Buju say, one day things must get better. It'll get better. But I guess Brad was making a comment earlier there, fellas, about the United fans and the moral victory, and we play better and all.
I'm not calling it a moral victory. I was more looking. I was watching the game. I was outside watching the game on my phone. Right, I looking at the game and I just checking. Like I expected more from Arsenal. It's not that Man United played amazing or great, right? I think Arsenal allowed us to play that way. I think both teams set up kind of negatively because I think Amorim expected Arsenal to come out and come at us. So he played Dalo instead of Ahmad. Right? And yes, naturally. I would have start you buy a striker, start the striker, and then if you have to take him off, you take him off. That's just what I believe. But either way, he started with Casemiro in the midfield, which in some senses made sense because Casemiro had better passing range than both Menu and Ugarte.
Yeah.
Right? And I see they were trying to switch the ball quickly to get either the wing back or Mbemo in space. So it worked in that sense, but like I just didn't like the idea that we didn't have a focal point up top. I feel like the striker would have been better served to start, and then we tweak around him from there. Arsenal self, I expected more from them because they play their most defensive-minded backline, right? And then I didn't see anything from Arsenal except them trying to counter-attack. And when they did counter-attack, they looked dangerous. But they also didn't like that front three or whatever not clicking yet. Gyökeres looked like he in shape, which was maybe a good thing for us because he get in space quite a few times and couldn't do nothing with it. So, like the game had a weird preseason feel to it. First game of the season, both teams trying not to lose, and then the goalkeeper doing whatever he do. Like if somebody holding your arm, you have to sell it. Pretend like you're going out and fall down for yourself down. Do something.
Or push them. You
can't
just
push them, man. You can't let them, man. Like, that's been that goalkeeper problem for a couple of years now. I find you in the league, you in England, you in the league for however long. You have to make yourself England, So that's just my analysis on the game. I'm not overly excited about it. We did play better. We look like we have some idea of what we want to do. in possession, out of possession, but we still need that midfielder. And I'll keep singing. If we don't get one, I'll keep singing that song until next season because we do need a midfielder. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel I wouldn't say I don't want to say I disagree, but I with you. I don't know if I expect much more from Arsenal. I feel Arsenal is a defensive team, in my opinion. I don't think Arsenal really goes out and tries to score goals. I think they try to eke out close victories and trying to get as many clean sheets as possible. So I think that's what as soon as they scored early in the game, I was like, all right, that's kind of what they want, in a way, like to shut up shop. They're not so much of a defensive team, but they're not going to be looking to push forward and look to go for a second and
blow
third
teams
goal
away,
kind of
thing.
So I was pleasantly surprised with how much possession we had in the game, because generally against those teams we don't really have a lot of possession. That was one thing. I think the new players we had, Cunha, and Mbeumo, I think those guys definitely had a good account of themselves in the game. And Mbeumo had a couple of occasions where he had one-on-ones and he didn't really do too much with it. But if we keep giving him the ball in them positions, I think he will bode well. Second half, when Ahmad came on, I think he and Ahmad possibly can have a really good partnership there, but they need to kind of work together still to, learn each other and how they're gonna make that good. I was not a fan of Amorim and the starting lineup. I think I'm not a fan of that false nine business. I feel like you need to have a striker in the team. A couple of times we got close and
ball
people
come across the
box. Open across the box and
Nobody
Cunha stand on top of the box like he's not a striker. So I mean, in general, I think we created the better chances. And the one point I would make, the last point I would make is I still don't understand why clubs don't see the value in a proper goalkeeper. Because some clubs, because just like you see a striker, you need a striker to get goals. A goalkeeper will save you goals and get you points. And if you look in that same game, our goalkeeper made an error, Arsenal scored, and Cunha had a shot, and I don't know how Raya saved it. Right after the game, say he don't know how he saved it, but guess what? It's saved. Arsenal have 3 points. So I think until we get right now, to me, to be honest, if they were to tell me what position would I buy, a midfielder or a goalkeeper, I would buy a goalkeeper first, personally. If I have one of the two, because I think a proper goalkeeper can save you a lot of points. Especially being a defense that's relatively okay as far as I'm concerned for now. But that's my opinion on the game. Brad, you're not a United fan, so what you saying?
First things first, I disagree with Kerry about the point about Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal were not particularly good, but it have a lot to do with how Man United set up in the game. Arsenal still figuring out their best setup, and Zubamendi oftentimes find himself in a position where you're not sure if he have to pick up either Mbeumo or pick up Cunha, and a lot of time you find Cunha picking up the ball and running, and he just going past people. And that was happening a lot throughout the game because of the way they both teams set up. But I generally feel like both these managers have a defensive mentality in their approach. Like Man United, all the fans excited because 1 or 2 times Cunha beat 3 or 4 players and go towards the goal and thing. But those are very nice in moments, and you want that from your players. But that is not team football. They're not telling me that on any given day, Man United can build an attack. You know what I mean? And I feel like.
Well, you need those players, though.
You need them. You want these moments, but what I'm saying is these are the things that excite a lot of fans about the game. Cunha will score a lot this season because he get past. Or you're gonna have games where teams are gonna give you all that space to run. And that way you need proper team football if a strategy of how you're going to break down the team and kind of things.
But then Brad, on the other side of that now, Cunha picking up the ball and running at players, making space for other players,
what I'm saying is that there are going to be times when he doesn't have that space to pick up the ball and run, and I feel like that is what they're relying on so far. But as always say, there was no striker on the pitch. A lot of time he get the ball and he make those moves. He put up his head.
Nobody ahead of him.
Really there to make something happen. So maybe with the striker come there, these are the things. I mean, again, the striker come in, the one that was there before was not good enough for sure. So maybe he might just still working on his best thing. But I feel like this setup really Arsenal is to me is a team that really let's try not to lose and let's see if we can get the win. Yeah, I feel like a team like Liverpool is like let's go out and get the win. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if these two teams particularly, if they make put a little more bravery in their tactics, they can get more points.
Both you talking both United and Arsenal?
United and Arsenal, yeah. The Arsenal problem in the last 3 years finishing second a lot of time is the draws they get in front.
Yep.
It's better to
and draws in games that they should win, that they should comfortably win.
Some of those draws being losses and get more wins benefit you more.
Yeah.
But
I feel we how should I say it? Underappreciating what the result Arsenal get. That is still a win away to Man United, right? And historically, we have labeled Arsenal as the team like under the Wenger years, playing pretty football and still getting beat, you know. And with a title-winning team, you always have those type of games that you playing badly, you're going away to a rival, playing badly, and you get the that is Mourinho 101.
Yeah, but
I know Arsenal fans don't like to be associated with that type of football because historically they play good football, but you have to have them times. I see enough times on the Fergie on the title-winning years. We playing badly and we get in those 1-1s or 1-0 away to Chelsea, away to Arsenal. You know, you have to have them type of. So credit to Arsenal and Arteta. I don't know, like if that was his strategy to get that 1-0 and just shut up shop, but it's still a away victory.
You're looking at other where even in games where they are comfortably favorites and they're supposed to they should be winning. And the tactics just is like set piece. And like I watched a lot of Arsenal in preseason. One of the games that was surprised is like the crosses into the box. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the tactics need a little bit of tweaking because if it haven't worked for 3 years, I mean, yeah, they have a striker now and whatever, but you have to be when you come to winning the league, it's either you super like Mourinho was an extreme. He's packed the bus. And then he had quality players to get the goals and stuff like that. But Arsenal need to tweak the tactics a little bit. They have players that are comfortable on the ball. They have good, exciting attacking players. They need to tweak it a little bit. Be a little more brave. That set piece thing, I mean, it's yielding results, but it's like I've seen Arsenal playing so many games where you don't know where the goal coming from until something does happen from a set piece.
I see Chino say, I believe Arteta will do good at Arsenal. He'll be there for years to come. He'll look old like Wenger.
I did fan saying that there.
What?
A Man U fan saying that.
But Taj say Arteta out. Boy. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was like like Webb said, it was a good result for Arsenal. 1-0 win away from home
for sure
at Old Trafford. Definitely a good thing. I was encouraged as a United fan, but I still feel like we have work to do in the transfer market and kind of we need a goalkeeper, bro. We need a goalkeeper. I'm really surprised that I'm not hearing our name with info Donnarumma. I just don't understand.
It might just be in the works.
They might just want somebody that can come and be good with their feet, man. Donnarumma.
Good with their feet.
But we're not playing that way. We barely playing for the goalkeeper.
We get rid of the best keeper in the league that season for someone that was good with their feet.
The rumors are saying is that they want to bring him back.
You'd be wrong.
I wouldn't. That ship has sailed, man. I wouldn't come. I wouldn't take him back. I would come back.
If I was him, I wouldn't come back either.
I wouldn't come back.
No.
I would take Donnarumma, though. That man
100%.
You want the goalkeeper to make saves, and that man makes saves.
But Brad, not just save, right? If you put Onana in a goal, you put Donnarumma in a goal. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just looks wise and aesthetic wise. Who looking like a
Donnarumma,
goalkeeper?
6'5"?
Onana is what you call in Jeb. It's like the ball always frightening him.
Yeah.
If they run a video analysis to say which goalkeeper doesn't move the most when the ball go past him, it have to be Onana. You know, the man always frightened. Like when somebody kick the ball, it's like he just frozen in time. I don't know. That
When
man,
it land near him, he frightened. I don't know what happened. A lot of players come to Man U and shrink under the lights there over the years.
That's true.
Yeah,
boy.
But he wasn't particularly good at Inter though. Like people saying he was the best keeper in the Champions League.
He had a great defense in front of him. That was it. He was a great defense in front of him.
Boy, I don't know. We need to send that man back where he come out and get another goalkeeper. Simple as that. All right, so let's go a little bit into the games coming up, and then we'll go into the fantasy before we wrap up. So for those who, don't forget, fix your team. Tomorrow football.
Tomorrow games.
Yes, boy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow West Ham hosting Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
I'm looking for a bucket load of goals from Chelsea in that game. If not, I'm gonna get rid of some of them. Chelsea.
I might help my wild card this weekend.
I might.
All the comment for the reverse psychology business.
No, I know real talk. I overlook a few players, and I think I'm going to have to reshuffle the pack.
I already have to take out Ping Pong because he gets injured.
Well, I gotta be honest with all you. I'm a Liverpool fan, but all you brave to put Liverpool defenders in all your team this season.
Well, I figure Ping Pong flying forward,
attacking goal, he can get assist. Yeah.
I don't care what are you doing. That defense is shambles. We got to close this season. I'd stay away.
So
injured, so.
Boy, I don't know. Tomorrow, Chelsea, West Ham. What are you saying? What is the prediction for that game?
Chelsea will walk through West Ham, man. They'll score 1-4.
Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea.
I see 4.
West Ham not particularly good at all.
West Ham will score because Chelsea defense is not great.
Football is a funny game. West Ham could also go.
Bro, my prediction is West Ham winning that game. That is my prediction. My prediction is West Ham winning that game. I don't know what the score will be. West Ham winning that game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Saturday, kicking it off 7:30. City, Tottenham, big game at the Etihad.
Tottenham have a history of getting City problems,
I tell you, big game, and Tottenham are a proper manager now. Richarlison in form. Oh, you mad? Problem in the Etihad.
I go 2-2.
2-2. Let me see. I think City will win that game, man. I think City will win 2-1.
I say 2-1 to City.
Yeah, I think City will win that game.
2-1 to Tottenham, I say. 2-1 to Tottenham.
2-1
I go 2-1 City.
1-1.
But Rajiv, what do you mean if they have a proper manager? No, yes. Andrew's a proper manager.
I have zero confidence in that any of those teams will win that game. I think they'll try and go for it and they'll cancel each other out. I see that.
That's City and Tottenham?
Yeah, I see that being a draw.
Well, out of all the teams that contended, City looked the best that last weekend, bro.
Well, last weekend.
Well, City also
against a Wolves team.
Yeah.
Well,
after all, you take them there, like what you're saying.
That's my problem, they sell him, They didn't want him. So Bournemouth hosting Wolves, 10 o'clock. So you have 3 games at 10 o'clock. Bournemouth, Wolves, Brentford, Villa, and Burnley, Sunderland. That Burnley, Sunderland is a big game, 6-pointer.
Routine win for.
I wouldn't call it a 6-pointer, huh?
Why?
That
Why?
I wouldn't call it a 6-pointer.
Why?
Here's what Sunderland do with them last week, man.
So one game they win, that will be nothing. It's all of them that going to be down there fighting.
You heard it here first. Sunderland going to lose that game. Quick, narrow victory for Burnley.
I wouldn't doubt it. They
will lose that game.
I didn't really watch that Sunderland game either, so I don't see how that man play. So I can't really comment on that. I mean, that might all be a 0-0 draw.
That's 6 points to my brother. A big game. Like, it's for them
It will be a buffers.
lower half teams.
I think Villa will flex their muscle on Brentford,
Hmm.
and Bournemouth will do what they have to do against Wolves.
Easy win for
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Brentford is another one that in trouble this year. Trust me. So the last game to round off Saturday, Arsenal hosting Leeds at 12:30.
Arsenal hosting Leeds.
Leeds draw 1-1, right?
Mhm.
I mean, Leeds have the history behind them, but I don't think like
They draw now. I thought they
They
drew.
beat
beat
Oh no,
Everton.
they win 1-0. They won 1-0.
They
On a late
won.
penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
We don't even talk about that game. That and that handball business.
started hot.
No, that was a handball, man.
Why you say that?
Why?
Hmm.
Because he was leaning into it. Even
Yeah,
though
but
he tried to put his hand behind his back. It
But
hit
his
him
hand behind
below.
his back, so he's supposed to put his hand.
So
What? It hit him below his sleeve.
But
So
where
what
he's
is the
supposed to put his
hand?
hand carry? So
Huh?
let the ball pass it.
What do you mean? But his goalkeeper right behind him. He didn't have
But
to go for that ball.
okay, if the ball goes coming towards you and you do that and the ball hit you, a penalty then.
No, his hand already there is one thing. His hand,
But his hand was there, no?
No, his hand was moving. He was trying to put it behind his back and hit his arm.
So what about the one on Friday where the defender swat the ball in his hand now?
That was a red card. Initially, I didn't
Which
see.
one? Which one? Against all you?
Yeah.
I think it was whatever his face is there.
I didn't see that one, you know. But there was another one.
He would have been thrown.
Yeah, he would have. That would have been. That should have been a red card. And the fact that VAR did not look at it is madness. First of all,
Aye.
There was another one they gave, one of the other games where the defender was kind of turning and his hand just kind of hit the ball as he was turning and they gave a penalty. I can't remember what game it was.
I do remember that one. I didn't see that one.
But again, inconsistency.
You talk about the Cunha penalty, or what should have been a penalty for Cunha.
Nah, we didn't talk about that. It don't make sense to talk about it. I mean, they don't give
It's not going to happen, but at the same time, that's just madness. Like how you can look at that as VAR and not call it a penalty is just insane.
I don't know.
What you mean? How you can look at it? You see Dermot Gallagher. I'm saying.
But Dermot Gallagher is a madman.
Them fellas are sick.
Dermot Gallagher is a madman for him to say he wouldn't give that as a penalty. Saliba nowhere near to the ball. It's a foul outside the box. So why is not a foul inside the box?
The only thing, Carol, is when you were watching the game, right? And they were doing, you only watch along and they replayed it. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't really watching at that time or watching properly. I never thought like penalty. I didn't.
After the fact, I saw it, because
after when they were showing it again.
The video assistant referee in cases like that where it's not sure. Yeah, I find they make VAR in a way where it's like, oh, the referee, if the referee wasn't sure, them things supposed to be reviewed.
100%. It's an incident in the box.
Whether or not the referee see or he don't see, even if the referee could have seen and give a penalty and it wasn't a penalty, in that instance it's supposed to be reviewed as well. Whether for or against, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
VAR just there and say, oh, it was not clear and obvious error, or was it like making these determinations? Just review the thing.
One thing I'm telling you, boy, no matter if you big club, when you see you under, you under. Because back in the day, back in the day, we get that call.
Right now
we have to beg. You have to beg for a penalty.
That's right.
That's where it go.
With against you
get a penalty.
Gapa, look that say back in the days, Fergie Arsenal get the fair share of all calls. So man, you the ball there.
That was back in the day. Right now we're talking about that is a penalty. That's Stonewall penalty. So
I just waiting, when Arsenal they get Villa or Newcastle get a dodgy goal against them and start crying.
And you know that fan base is the chief of crying affairs.
Yeah. You remember when what is his name? I mean, Callum Wilson scored a goal for Newcastle a couple of seasons ago. And they say like the ball was outside, and then it was still a goal on Gabriel and all kind of thing they say. I just waiting. Something like that must happen throughout the season.
Yeah, the season long, Season long. A lot of games. So that's all the games on Saturday. So going into Sunday now, we have Palace and Forest. 9 o'clock. 2 games at 9 o'clock. Palace, Forest, Everton, and Brighton.
That's gonna be a good game. Well, by that point, AC gone. Hopefully, where he gone to? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm money to spend in
Yeah,
that last.
Palace Forest.
I don't think they
Liverpool.
can replace those players so easily, you know.
Yeah,
To me,
know.
them teams say to me, they're gonna let go them players. They need to let go them players early in the window,
Early.
bro. Give yourself a chance to replace some players.
Right.
You can't wait until 2 days before
But
the transfer window.
they might have been working on a few deals and just waiting for those deals to get done. So
they may not get like for like, but they can end up with a better,
close enough.
a good squad.
Mm-hmm.
Palace also in Europe, they in the Conference League, so
And they don't have a squad. They don't have a squad to sustain.
They won today, tonight.
Yeah, they won 1-0
they
today.
want to, but it's interesting to me. A team qualify for the Europa League, you drop them down to conference, and then they have to qualify for conference.
That don't make no sense to me.
That's crazy.
But we
I
don't know
don't
how
know.
fun FIFA doing the business.
Yeah.
So the next game we had on Sundays, United away to Fulham.
4-0.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win that game relatively.
Saying
easily.
that with my chest.
There is something. Breaking news.
No, that's breaking news. That is breaking news.
Ah, we win that game, man.
For you, with all that renewed optimism of how well, there is something. But we might disagree. I watching a lot of football. I mean, I'm a Man U fan, but I watch a lot of football. Man United over the last few years have been really poor, but there have been games against the bigger teams. They raised their game.
Yeah.
Man U play Arsenal in a season where Liverpool gave them 7 and play Arsenal and I was the better team and should have win the game if not for a bad refereeing decision. You know, Man, you have raised the game against this team. I will not use that Arsenal game as any indication. When Man United plays a team,
we have fresh blood, bro. All the bad blood gone.
Yeah, like that is why I feel that's the difference this season. You know, like the
bad blood
new
gone.
signings.
yeah, but when Man United expected to dominate and expected that is when they don't struggle.
Yeah, but Brad, boy, when you have fellas like Rashford and Garnacho, them fellas don't think football no brain.
Bruno in that midfield there.
You might tweak it, you know. You might tweak it. You will find a way to tweak it.
I don't say no, you're going to lose, but points will be dropped there.
No, we will not give, man.
We're in that game. We're in that
We're
game.
Fulham,
Sesko starting, Sesko having a brace.
and you know, Man United love a narrative of like, it's always that team haven't scored against them in how many years, or like they expect Andres Pereira going to score against all you, and they're going to be the theme.
Andres Pereira.
It's either we win or we draw, and it's another goalkeeping error, and then they're gonna say like, yeah, we need a goalkeeper before the end of the win.
Okay. We'll see.
Boy, I see ask Amarim a question, then Amarim lift up his eyebrow for the report. I say, but Amarim want to slap Mr. What?
For him to slap in.
Oh boy! All right, so the last game out.
Everton Brighton one way.
Happened?
You missed the Everton Brighton one.
No, I'd say 2 of them games, 9 o'clock. Everton Brighton.
Yeah.
Everton in trouble this year, you know, in their new stadium, you know.
Well, I mean, if they can get hopefully they can get Grealish to discover some form.
Jack Grealish's career.
Yeah.
Everton going nowhere fast with that Beto partner they are playing up top there.
I think they might go down, you know. If
but they have a young partner that played well
right
pre-season.
Let that man play instead. Give that man, let him try, because what Beto doing and nothing is the same.
That Beto partner maybe not better than our partner Zadis.
You what? Yeah, Grealish will create a little bit of bring a little creativity, man. Free up Beto, let Beto concentrate on scoring goals.
Scoring goals must have none.
As bad as he is, a lot of these players just lumping balls up to him, you know. I mean,
True.
Everybody would struggle in them circumstances.
True.
Yeah.
But
including Sheshko, you know.
But we're not. Hopefully, we do resort to that.
Hopefully,
we do resort to that. But
bro,
we'll see.
I know Brad say what he's saying there, but them two fellas. Let's just say we get rid of Garnacho and we get rid of Rashford, and replace them with two fellas that are at least playing football with a brain on their head. So in their head, so that will help improve us because them fellas. I was listening to the overlap today, and they were talking about Rashford a little bit about if he's gonna be a success at Barca. And Gary Neville made a very good point, in my opinion, about how Rashford plays. Rashford always plays really good against teams that are pushing forward, where he can run in behind. That is how he plays best. When teams play in a low block, he struggles. So, in my mind, we have better players that can, use that intelligence. I think Mason Mount had a good game the other day. So, them kind of players, they can.
I tell you what, if Sesko come in and really feel that center forward role, I feel you can do good, because I like the look of Mbemo and Cunha in terms of their awareness when they pick up the ball and their decision making. I feel is an upgrade for sure.
Yeah,
100%. And that's been part of our issue in the final for the past couple seasons.
The Bruno in the midfield too, there in a game where it may be a little evenly matched, that might be a detriment to all, because that man will do what he does. He will lose the ball.
Give the ball away.
Yeah. So
But
progress.
Time creep up on us there. Let's go for it quickly. So, okay, the last game, Newcastle hosting Liverpool, boy. Isak Sanson.
That's going to be a battle, It's going to be a battle. And I have a feeling Newcastle going to beat all you.
I could see a 2-2 there way.
I have a feeling Newcastle going to.
It's like, I never really counter Saul. We'll concede goals, but I also fancy us to score. Like last time we played Newcastle, I think it was 3-3 at St. James's Park. Or 4-4, I think it was. I can't remember. But
that wasn't the Darwin. No, that was 2 seasons ago.
No, the last one, there was one where like we were down 3-1 or something, and then like Salah. And we'll get goals, but we'll concede goals, and they're at home.
Yeah.
I don't know who playing right back. It could be Joe Gomez.
Joe Gomez trained this week now?
Bradley
injured.
He just returned to training like a few days ago, so I don't know if he'll make the starting 11. But
I don't want to see Newcastle without Isak, to be honest.
Bro, I see a lot of people predicting them to make top 4. And I saying, well, if Isak ain't playing, how they making top 4?
But the interesting thing is they in Europe.
Yeah, the Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
So like the last time they were there, they struggled because of the squad. They only sign Langa and a goalkeeper, but where the squad? Where
the rest of it? Everybody goes somewhere else.
They're struggling to get Wisa over the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Anthony Gordon with his tennis headband will do it, man.
Boy. And that man from Liverpool,
Oh yeah, Everton.
Who is the one player that surprised all you the most, like this past weekend there? Like
surprise.
Boy. Yeah. Not impressed, surprised.
Well, impressed, yeah. Well, either one. Impressed, surprised.
For me, Reinders.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Well, impressed, but not surprised for me.
Not surprised, yeah. I really feel like you'll fit City midfielder just like a glove.
Again, not a surprise, but I get a good look at Semenyo, and that man has some qualities there. Some qualities.
But Brad, when we went and watched the preseason game, bro, when Semenyo go on the field, it's like you're watching kids playing. When the man go on the field, it's like, okay, the big man reaches.
Yeah.
You want to roar in from fellas, is it?
Levels above.
Different quality.
Them fellas Mr. Too good for that team, but anyway,
Yeah, he's signing new contract so they can get the big money next year.
They know it's a big money they're gonna get next year. Yeah.
They get the red team in Manchester come for him, they'll get the big money.
That's correct.
Yeah. If it's City, go for 45.
I know, right?
Next year.
If you go to Reds, then you get double. They good for double that.
Next year we'll tell Bruno bye to the old me. I think you'll get Semenyo and yeah. Anyway, let me go through the Ting League there now.
Boy,
I want to go through it because
we'll talk about that.
Fellas.
We'll talk about that.
But where I see you in that now? Where I seen you? Oh, you there?
Idea.
Okay. So leading the chats after game week 1. Yours truly. Yours truly.
You top in the chats in the top the Ting League?
Yes, dog. Tie for first place.
Tie for first place.
Then let me see where we have for the fellas. We have Akid Vidal free. Body 5. Let me see. Rafik. ST. Wow, boy. 9.
Big up Ronald Davis, man. He top in the chats too, man.
Ronald Davis. Yes, yes, yes.
A City fan, actually.
Those exist.
Yeah.
HP. HP and Rafik tied at 9.
I make a few mistakes in game week 1, man. I go against my team. I take out Ekitike and put in Watkins. I should have never do that. I should always back my team, you know.
But I could have more points. I had Ryan on my bench.
Wait, why?
Because I figure we want to score a goal, Carroll.
Well, Ryan makes saves. Ryan makes saves. You get saves points regardless.
Yeah, yes. But the thing is, I played who I had now. I had Pickford. I figure, you know, Leeds coming up, you know, Everton might be able to get a 0-0, you know, couple saves and thing.
I don't want to talk now. If you have to look for me, you might have to go scroll down to the bottom of that list.
Boy, let me see where I find you there. Webster 11, 63. Good haul for the game week. Brad right behind Webster at 62.
Yeah.
Let me see what else we have.
Woodson Palmer really let me down, man. And then my two strikers blanked. Pedro and Watkins.
What's in my squad, but I don't know. I might have to let go with see.
I might have to add Chris Wood. I have Mateta.
I had missed taking one too. Like
Who's that, Chris Wood?
Yeah.
But I captain that man. You know, I saved my weekend, you know.
But I give Watkins one more week. And I give Pedro one more week. Give Pedro those score against West Ham. He's gone.
Yeah. Anyways, before you go and look for me in 32nd place,
Can you imagine Kerry being Rav Jajiv, boy? What is this?
32nd place. It's all right. We have some changes to make.
We have a partner that control all delete in 34th right behind you.
Yeah. I give him 2 weeks before he quit.
Yeah.
Anyway, my people, watch this is the code to join the league. Join the league. We have some special prizes for the winner, you know. Talk the thing much.
Yes.
Fresh. You check, so join the league.
I will say I have some group chat with some of the guys in the league, and a lot of fellas talking heavy. They're checking, first week I top in the chats. Next week I gonna get 100 points. And fantasies can be tricky.
Yeah,
fantasies are marathon,
I watch it.
And a big part of the fantasy too is not forgetting the game. You only have we have games Thursday, Friday. Yeah, you have to be paying attention to that.
You have to pay attention to the regular.
Yeah. Well, anyway, fellas, it's been good. Another good discussion on the game week.
Yeah, man.
We'll be back. Let me see if I want to do this weekend. If I can do a watch along now, I wouldn't mind either. Boy, all you hear the news about Goldbridge, bro?
Yeah, man.
What's that?
The man get the rights. Goldbridge. The man get the rights to do what? To stream Bundesliga, like 20 Bundesliga games.
25 Bundesliga games in England.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, I feel like it's a good move in terms of like a league going to like a streamer. Like, is the future?
Yeah, that man have over 1 million, like 1.3 million subscribers or something.
Yeah.
I do watch this league, myself.
No, and then I was trying to watch them more.
My chance for that.
Tomorrow, Bayern and Ting playing and Leipzig.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on Luis Diaz. I like to watch my players. Those who live on good terms.
You're gonna actually turn down Bayern.
I just bus Garnacho head.
The man Chelsea, my brother.
I don't have a problem with that.
You never turn down a job.
I do
no. I never been in the position to turn down job.
They kind of a celebration against Man United there.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
That's what you want to do, for sure. 100%.
Any job you literally close it.
I tell you, bro.
100%.
Yeah. When the boy land on top of the stadium,
yeah, this weekend they will be tough for Cholongs, man. The first game, the Tottenham City game, that's super early, 7:30.
And then the big one for Liverpool is on a Monday.
The Liverpool is on a Monday, so yeah, we'll
see.
Maybe
after these one might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fans Glockeres will open his account in that game. But I tell you what, a
Your
lot of,
partner called Yorker is Yokozuna.
a lot of teams have new signings that every game there's a hit watch going on. So a couple games without a goal and the pressure going to mount. Like if Gokeres go 4-5 games, Sesko go 4-5 games without a goal. The names, the pressure, the social media, it's going
Yes,
to
go burst.
I feel Sesko will get more of a little time than Gokeres, man.
yeah, because of Gokeres coming from a really a top season.
Because all the Arsenal fans were saying what?
They get the finish
Arsenal fans
article.
say, right? Arsenal fans
They
say
get the finish
they didn't
article.
want to get Sesko. They don't have time to teach. They want to get a man that's gonna come in and hit the ground running. So if that man ain't running and that man walking, then it's gonna be a problem.
I
You know what I'm saying?
feel like a TK in a good spot where the team really creates chances. So
Yeah.
and there he'll get goals. You know, but your careers have to figure
The
out
thing is,
tactics and
and
see what
he checking the chances he get.
every game the man play, you see them man in memes with like Timberland boots in their foot. So going to be interesting. Another game leads and he will score. Pressure mountain.
And at home too.
Yeah.
Against a newly promoted team.
Well, we get a good look at them, man. After this weekend, we'll have a more clear idea of where teams headed this season.
Yeah.
I don't watch the table until the first 10 games, until after the first 5 to 10 games.
I mean, no point in watching the table at this stage.
Well, no, I just say.
United is 15th.
Because if I'll be shameless.
United is 15th where they started. Then they ended last nothing.
Yeah. It's ironic, but you know.
Listen, we're gonna run. We just wanted to get the loss out of the way. All right, and now we're gonna run.
We have a tough set of fixtures, tough set.
I tell you, if you don't believe it, how can you see it now, brother? I'm telling you.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm optimistic about this season, and we need a couple pieces to fall in place.
Afraid, man, this weekend you have the top striker. We were the better team. We'll put 1 or 2 in the net, man.
Sesko scoring some goals this weekend, man.
Sesko scoring a brace.
Well, I want to see United best team on the pitch. Put Amar on the pitch. Arsenal is a rival. Yes, you might have you put in your best 11 out and go to win the game.
Yep.
If Darlow after playing Amar all preseason, Amar supposed to be starting.
I should have started that game without a doubt.
I guess
that would have been like one thing
we're not in a position to say it, but I mean, when he come out and he says everybody expects us to lose, okay, so then play your best team.
Right.
If you lose, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, you need to drop his Portuguese players.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. All right, fellas. So bless up. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Bless. Easy.